You are watching Code for Two. I'm Jesse. I'm here with Greg.
Thanks for having me on the channel.
And this is our quick before you buy it video for Oltree.
So let's go down to the table and see how it plays.
In Oltree, players work together to defend their province amid a flurry of incidents and problems while playing through one of 6 different replayable, story-driven scenarios. Oltree was designed by Antoine Bauza and John Grumpf with art by Vincent Dutray and was published by Studio H in 2021. The box lists a 60-minute game time and supports 2 to 4 players. Oltree combines modular decks of cards to create a scenario-based experience. Players begin by choosing characters and one of 6 Chronicle decks, which represent independent, replayable, story-driven narratives. They then choose an assignment card and construct an incident deck associated with that assignment card. In addition to introducing different narrative elements and challenges, different assignment cards are rated at different difficulty levels and will require players to achieve different goals, adding replayability and variability, and requiring players to adopt different strategies even when replaying the same scenario. Each player will play one of 8 different Ranger role cards with unique powers and a health bar that will need to be maintained in order to preserve their unique power. The game board itself is divided into 8 regions surrounded by a central fortress. Players travel to different regions in order to accomplish goals, gather resources, and resolve incidents and problems. Players will also track the defense and prestige levels of the province during the game. Players lose the game early if their fortress defense or prestige tracks reach 0. At the start of each turn, a player rolls the adversity die and either adds new incidents or problems to a random region or triggers an event or the advancement of the Chronicle story. As the board fills up with problem cards, region actions become unusable. As it fills up with incident cards, regions become in peril and cause an increasingly rapid loss of prestige. A game turn consists of performing 2 different actions, which include moving to an adjacent region, activating the action associated with the region, such as gathering specific resources or increasing the defense or prestige levels of the province, constructing or repairing buildings that improve player abilities, or towers that help secure regions and accomplish assignment goals, resolving an incident or problem in a region, which may require a dice skill test, the expenditure of some resources, or simply making a narrative decision between some story options. The final stage of the game happens as players reach the end of the Chronicle story deck they have chosen to play and face a final challenge. The challenge will be easier or harder depending on how many assignment goals the players were able to successfully complete during the game. And the game will end in either a defeat, a minor victory, or a major victory.
Oltree is without a doubt an incredible production of a game. From the art standpoint, there is a ton of art. There's art on all of these cards, many cards. It's gorgeous. The board is gorgeous. It's just well overproduced with special wooden components that are shaped like the item that it's supposed to be. Wonderful woodcut, very unique and individual, all different, large meeples, for lack of a better word. The board is gorgeous. These woodcut art, all different on everything, like just well overproduced in a lot of ways.
Oltree is really 2 games in one. The first game is a narrative-heavy story game. There's story on all of the cards, the incidents, the events, and there's a big major story for each Chronicle you choose to play through that you walk through. And it's an engaging, fun, surprising narrative story. And the first time you play through a Chronicle, you're enjoying the surprise of the story and trying to use your intuition to sort of figure out how to prepare for it. But after you lose that first game of a Chronicle, then you replay it, and you basically are replaying it as a sort of Euro very tight optimization puzzle where you sort of know what's coming and you have to squeak out the tiniest of little advantages in your actions, which involve some real engine building and some real long-term and short-term planning. And You could even treat this as a consumable game. If you got 2 or 3 plays out of each Chronicle, that would give you 18 games. Very satisfying, even for people who don't plan to replay it multiple times.
I think a lot of people are going to enjoy Oltree. I think there's that beer and pretzels kind of crowd, or those lighter gamers that are going to enjoy moving around the board, having those little story moments, building up a little bit of an engine and going through this larger overarching story and having these quick turns to move the game forward. I think that that crowd's going to really like it. I think that gamers really like, min-maxing gamers are going to enjoy the part where they take that and try to win each of those scenarios by, creating a more efficiency engine. I do think that there's going to be a large amount of people that might be put off by some of the random, like the Take That deck, and some of the other, there's quite a bit of random elements, dice rolling, card drawing, etc. I do think your decision making and your strategy makes a big difference. It's not just like some kind of luck fest or dice fest, but there are people that are going to be put off by that. I do think families could enjoy it as well, enjoy the story, etc. So it's going to be good for a lot of different people.
I really loved Oltree. It's one of the best games I can think of, marrying the fun, exciting narrative story with a serious, hardcore optimization Euro game. For me, that's a fantastic match. I think if you're trying to play it with your game group and you're only going to play it once, that's a problem, because really you have to play through these scenarios multiple times. So it has to be with a group that you're going to play multiple times. And I think a family could enjoy this if the kids are playing it for the story and the parents are running the game. But a big thumbs up for me.
There are some other games in this genre now, but this one does it very well. The story is very enjoyable and engaging. It's got a lot of good things going for it. I think that in general, this is there's this barometer between Jesse and I where I love story and theme, but I'm really heavy on the nuts and bolts things in terms of your moves and stuff, where Jesse seems to come down mostly on more to the story side of it. And I think that this game definitely leans more in his direction than mine. So while I do very much enjoy it, it's not like I don't rate it as highly as Jesse does. I think it leans more to him. So hopefully that will help you to maybe, if you know where you fall between those two spots, maybe you'll be able to see that. But I don't think if you buy this, you're going to be disappointed at all. Yeah. I think you'll definitely have an enjoyable time playing.
I think that's a great summary. Yeah. It's impossible to be disappointed by this game.
Well, you can check out a very thorough and exhaustive review of this game, which is also on the channel. We also play through the opening scenario, which will have spoilers, of course. Our review does not have any spoilers, but feel free to check both those out. And the longer discussion is good even after you've played the game, if you like.
Yep. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time.